Hello YouTube, Freddie Cardona here. In this Pride in Paterson episode, we're going to take you on Ellison Street. It's been a while since I've done a drive-through on one of the major streets in Paterson, and I figure 2022, it's about time to do another one as we're going west on Ellison Street. And I'm going to try to take my time to let you guys see the sights. To the left there is the Lou Costello Memorial and the classical restaurant to the right. As we approach the downtown area, I wanted to once again thank all of my viewers. The Ellison Pizza and Deli, you see that there on the right? That's another famous spot as we cross Main Street. And I'm going to stop right here because it's yellow. And we're not supposed to speed up and go through a yellow light. Just to let everyone know that that is a violation. If you're driving and the light turns yellow as you're already starting through the intersection, that's different. But if you're not at the intersection and you speed up when the light is yellow, you put yourself at risk for a citation. So be careful. As we stop here on the corner of Ellison and Main Street. Up ahead, if you notice, is the rear of City Hall. For those of you who need an identification and you live in Paterson, you can get a Paterson Municipal ID at City Hall. You enter through the rear, through the Ellison Street side. And then you go in and you say you need an ID. The only requirement is you have to show one piece of maybe a birth certificate, proof of your address, something like that, as we go across to the south. We're passing the Washington Street. Let's see, Washington's 125 Ellison on the left, 131. 133. So I did have a question from one of my subscribers about 151 Ellison Street. 137 is on the left. Let's see here. What do we got? 151 Paterson Adult and Continuing Education at 151 Ellison Street. There you have it. That was the question. They wanted to know what was at 151 Ellison Street. I believe this is Church Street here, the site of the previous Paterson Police Department, and I believe the Fabian Theater too was on Church Street. As we head to Memorial, I am not editing this video, by the way, as we go past the Passaic County Community College. I usually edit these videos, especially when I'm on a red light, because I don't want to make them too long. I understand that everyone is pressed for time. The shorter my videos, the more people are inclined to view them. I wanted to thank also everyone that has been watching my driving and the news videos. Now, specifically with that playlist with the news, keep in mind that is not a video to show specific streets as we go underneath the train trestles. They're not geared to go down memory lane, so to speak, of the previous years. One of the reasons I'm doing those videos is basically to document history, if that makes sense. These videos are pretty much meant to maybe be found 10 years from now. Someone will go back, see this video and say, wow, that's what was happening on that random Monday morning in Northeast New Jersey. As we stop here on Straight Street and Ellison, we're going to go across. Always guys, check this out. Even if you have the green light and even if you have the right of way and the stop sign is on the other side, on the cross street, keep in mind that there's a lot of people that will not pay attention to the red lights or stop signs. So even if you have the right of way at an intersection, it's always a good idea, not mandatory, but it's a good idea to kind of glance both ways right before you go across the intersection. You can save yourself a lot of grief. As I go past the old site of the Young Women's Christian Association, as we have a stop sign here on Summer and Ellison. So if there's anyone who lived on any part of Ellison Street, please leave your memories in the comments below. We're saving these for posterity so people can look as we go past Carroll Street. Again, looking both ways before you actually go across the intersection is always a good idea. So going back to the driving and news videos, I'm getting a few comments about how it's always highway and not city driving. And I do get it. I understand. The issue is, when I do these videos, it's usually because I'm commuting somewhere. Okay, this is a four-way stop sign. Thank you, sir. He let me go, so I went. So I'm usually commuting somewhere. When I'm driving in the city, it's usually a very quick 5-minute drive, 6-minute drive if I'm going to the grocery store. So usually these news videos should be about 20 minutes so you can get all the news. And it's usually when I'm commuting, whether it's to work or if I'm going to a family member's house who does not live in Paterson. So just keep that in mind, guys. When you see driving in the news, more than likely it's going to be on a highway. And again, I understand that may not be your favorite videos, and that's why I doubly appreciate that you view them, because I know it's not your cup of tea. As we are here on Ellison Street and East 18th Street. To the left there, you see that Walgreens. That used to be Brogan Cadillac dealer. Brogan Cadillac dealer. And I remember seeing all the cars from the 70s, the Impalas, the Chevrolet, trying to remember what the name is. Yeah, I think it was a Chevy Impala from the 60s and 70s that had that shape that's very famous. As we go across East 18th Street in Ellison. And we're fast approaching the end. Over to the right, and I've mentioned this in all the other videos that I've made in this area, is the site of the Wonder Bread factory. And now this is actually Ellison Place, if I'm not mistaken. Ellison Place. Let me shoot you across there. There you go. That's where the Wonder Bread used to be. And you can always smell the bread. You can always smell that bakery type smell in the mornings, and sometimes even in the afternoons. As we are stopped here on Madison and East 18th Street. So also another thing I wanted to tell you guys as we quickly conclude here is that a lot of times I will get comments about a suggestion on what someone would like to see. Keep in mind that not this one, not counting this one, there's been 101 episodes, and in those episodes I've covered a lot of those areas. So I would suggest go back to episode 1 and kind of binge watch. And make sure we stop here. It's hard to see because these cars that park right on the corner will not allow you to see around the corner there to see if anyone's coming. So you kind of have to bring yourself out. So here's one last little treat here as we go across 14th Ave. I'm not quite sure what's the name of this street, but I will let you know here in a minute. Where are we? Where are we? Well, that says Julio Corazon Jr. Don Julio Corazon Jr. is the name of the street there, but there's actually a numbered street, I believe. But anyway, guys, very quick treat. The Ellison video. We're on Broadway, but I've shown Broadway in other videos. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your viewership. We're up to 1,700, and I appreciate the subscribers. And we'll see you guys on the very next video.